exactly half the cycle, so this V overcomes that problem because it leaves the hole open, but the circumference of the valve is more than half the circumference of the toilet roll. So in this one the crank rotates and the valve rotates, but the rest of the motor stands still. Now this is more or less the same thing, but in this one the motor stands still and the crank, or rather the motor rotates and the crank stays still. So there we are, valve stays still, crank stays still, but motor rotates. That's a balance weight to balance the weight of the bellows. Whoops, valve came off. Now that doesn't really work very well just by sucking on it, so I'm going to use a vacuum cleaner. Valve. So that is one really dreadfully fitting valve. So let's take that valve off. Right, I'm going to take the air pipe out. To do that I have to straighten out the handle, and then it just pulls out. And you can see that as I suck the air out, it goes through these holes here, and then that's the crank. Take the bellows off. There we are, that's the crank. All is revealed. That's the connecting rod, and there's a bit of drinking straw in there. That locates the connecting rod onto the crank. So the crank is threaded through the drinking straw, and because the throw of the crank isn't very big, you can actually just push that through the drinking straw. And it was a bit of a headache working out how to make this thing in such a way that you can actually assemble it, but I got there in the end. More logical way to make a vacuum motor is to use a turbine, and this is one that's been made from a piece of folded cardboard, and I've made some holes in the side of this box. I blanked 2 of them off because I think 2 is about the optimum number. And there's a hole in the middle of the lid, and what happens is the air gets sucked out of there, and so it rushes in through these 2 holes and blows the turbine round. Vacuum cleaner should be without one. So this is essentially the same thing but mounted on a vehicle, and instead of folded cardboard it's got a circle cut from a scouring pad, and instead of just holes in the side of the box it's got a tangential hole with a drinking straw, so that the inrushing air is aimed directly at the tangent of the spinning turbine. It's got a rubber band to drive the front wheel. I'm going to start it without the rubber band connected. The air pipe is made from wide drinking straws. You can get very wide drinking straws, but they tend not to be bendy. So to make bendy bits, I've used 2 smaller drinking straws and wrapped them in the outer packaging of the wide drinking straw so they don't leak. And that actually goes. That spins round really fast, and if I connect it to the driving band, I have to connect it the right way. This is a double reed musical instrument. You need one piece like that that can bend like that. Dimensions don't matter. The other piece is a sort of postcard size with a little oblong hole in the middle, and another bit of card taped onto there. And you need to reinforce these with sellotape because they take an awful hammering. These are the reeds, so they vibrate together like this, and you control it by doing that, and also by, it goes in the mouth of a vacuum cleaner. You can also control it by lifting up the card like that. So here we go. Start with the hole fully open. Yeah, hole fully open. hammering those are taking. That'll do.
I did not hear a single bit of that.
That means she's deaf.
She didn't even like move. Is that your favourite one because it's loud?
It's simple. That is none of this. Nobody could make any of this stuff, right? It's just too complicated. This one, yes, they could.
Yeah.
See, so that's of authentic value.
That's your people-friendly one.
Yeah, all of this stuff is just...
This is you showing off and then being like,
that's right,
but you can do this.
Yeah. It's trying to push toilet roll technology to its limits. Yeah?
Of course.
Well...
like you said, everyone's got them.
Exactly, yeah. Not everyone.